All right, guys, when I was messing with Logic Pro X last time, I found a really cool and useful MIDI effect for chords. So what we can do is right click, let's open up a software instrument. Okay, click on this library tab to see more. And let's say you want to go with a piano for now. Let's just do a Steinway. Okay, so if I hit Command K, it loads up these I can play. Now I can manually play chords just by skipping every other note. But what happens when I change keys or do different things like that? So what I want to do is show you a MIDI effect. So you might not pay attention to this, but it says MIDI effects right here. And we can load up stuff before the plugin is triggered. So let's load up a chord trigger. Now the chord trigger, if I just played it. Okay, now I'm going to try to show both screens here. Okay, so as I play, you can see these little blue dots represent the notes that it's playing, okay? So right now it's playing C minor 7, it looks like. So C, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it's a minor 7th chord. Now you can also go to where it says chord transpose. I want to thank everybody in the comments who showed me this. I overlooked it the first time. Now all this does is changes the key. So C here, we have C, and then if I hit transpose, it's now playing C sharp as the root note. So that's all it's doing, is just changing that root note. You could also lower stuff down an octave, going -12, but it doesn't sound so pleasant that far down. Okay, so that's the chord transpose. Now again, I wish it was a little bit easier to know like what key it's picking from, like why is it a minor scale as opposed to a major scale. Okay, so that's what I would just recommend. Now you can click up here, okay, C major, and I wonder if it accompanies this. Let's go to F minor. You see nothing changed. Okay, so a little confusing to me as a user about that, but long story short, let's click the presets and go to multi and guitar voicing. This is the one I think is really cool. Now let's see if we can load up multiple MIDI effects. Okay, so now after the chord trigger, let's do an arpeggio. And let's do Command K. Now it's playing our chords through an arpeggio. Let's slow this down. Just gonna mess with these buttons. The variation changes the style, like if it just goes up and down or... Now octave range is how far it's gonna arpeggiate. So it can go up, but how far up does it go? So depending on what style of music you make. I think it's a little too fast for a piano, so for this sound specifically. So now you can change the mood as you're going. Okay, and it's using that guitar voicing. So let's go back to the chord trigger and let's just change out. We got to keep the typing keyboard up. So let's just change out the keyboard voicing. Let's do jazz right hand. Okay, so that didn't really give us much. Okay, so let's go parallel. Now there's single chords that you can trigger as well. Like if you have a specific chord type, I wouldn't recommend it because then you're stuck with a certain vibe and you won't be able to go out of key really. So the arpeggio function is okay. I probably wouldn't use it in practice, but I wanted to show you that just in the case that you overlooked it. And then you have other things like the modulator, the modifier. Again, I wouldn't really use those in a natural setting, just the chord trigger. Okay, so that's it. Pretty simple, straightforward. Thank you for watching. It's Game from BusyWorksBeats.com. Peace.